All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we've got a Gervonta Davis update as new information comes out about his training and a new trainer being involved in the lead up to the rematch with Lamont Roach. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division where Gervonta Davis is preparing for a rematch with Lamont Roach. If you did not get to see the first fight, it was a very, very good fight, very, very competitive fight that wound up becoming a draw. In that fight, though, there was introduced into Gervonta Davis's team a new trainer who goes by the name of Barry Hunter. Many people in and around Gervonta Davis's camp had expressed some concern about that hiring and how the fight went, and it looks like he may be making some adjustments for the fight coming up. But before I talk about that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much. So, came to my attention last Friday as we were doing a live stream that Gervonta Davis has added maybe a little bit more confusion to his fans' life as he is spotted in Florida training with a new trainer, or a trainer that has been around for a long time, Kevin Cunningham, formerly of, he trained fighters like Erickson Lubin. He's trained fighters like one of my favorite fighters, Corey Spinks, the son of Leon Spinks. And the only question is, what does this mean? Is this a situation where Gervonta Davis is doing something and switching trainers and switching trainers and switching trainers? If that's the case, then that is not a very, I don't think that that's a very good move. However, most likely what it is that he's just going down there and getting work. There was a rumor that was out before about an Atlanta, and please forgive me for not recalling the brother's name, Islamic brother from Atlanta, that Gervonta Davis was working with maybe about 2 weeks ago, and there was a big, huddrub about Gervonta Davis hiring him as a trainer. But what happened was the trainer goes on Mill City Boxing and explains that every time Gervonta Davis goes down to Atlanta that they work together, it's just working on being sharp, working on, just staying busy and staying in the gym, working on little things. But it's not a situation where Gervonta Davis was changing and becoming a trainer and hiring this man as a full-time trainer. It appears that this is also the case with Kevin Cunningham, because Kevin Cunningham, it is rumored, will also have Kenny Ellis and Calvin Ford coming down there to work with Gervonta and Kevin Cunningham. Now, why would they probably do this? Because you need to be away from the area that you live in when you train. Last time Gervonta Davis trained in D.C., D.C. may have been a little bit too close to Baltimore to train in, because, you're going to have all kind of friends and all kind of people around you. Even in D.C., you're going to be very well known. It is a city. It's not like a rural area where you can get out and run and have a lot of space and, have solitude. So when you're in that situation, it's even more likely that you're going to have things come up when you're around. So it appears that Gervonta is going to try to move, at least now, maybe he's training down there in Florida. I know that he has a home down there in Florida. I know that he has a significant other and a child that is down there in Florida, and that, so probably just out there working at home or close to home, but staying busy. Now, I'm not a big fan of changing trainers very often, right? And obviously he did put a new head trainer in place for his last fight, Lamont Roach, which is Barry Hunter. I personally think that if you're going to do something, you should he's either got to stick with Barry Hunter or he's got to have to go back and just have Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis in the corner with him like he's been in the corner many, many times. Now, maybe the reason he brought Barry Hunter in is because of the fact that Gervonta Davis has always had a tough fight with Lamont Roach. That's what, at least is what is rumored, that there's always been some difficulty with Gervonta Davis in beating Lamont Roach. So maybe, that's the reason why Gervonta Davis decided to go to DC and get Barry Hunter to work with him to kind of, figure out Lamont Roach, come up with a game plan specifically for Lamont Roach. Sometimes, when you put too many cooks in the kitchen, things kind of get messed up. And that's what it looked like happened in that last fight with Lamont Roach. I think Gervonta Davis is going to have to be much more focused in this fight. Like, he has to be just beamed in on Lamont Roach and what he's doing and not have all the problems that he had in this corner. Now, if Barry Hunter is coming back for the second fight or not, I'm not sure. Or whether it's going to be just Kenny Ellis and Calvin Ford. But whatever the case is, they have to eliminate the confusion in their corner. And I do think that consistency and all of that stuff, could come into play if they're just kind of training in this city, training in that city, training in this city, and training in that city. If they're just now doing it just to stay in shape and to stay active, cool, because, you're still a good amount away from the fight. But when he gets back into that fight, into real training mode, I think he needs to be somewhere that he's familiar with and something where he can just completely focus on that fight. Not be training in gyms with like air conditioning and, all the niceties around him. I think he does, to a certain extent, have to find in himself a little bit more hunger, especially after having listened to him talk about retirement before the first Lamont Roach fight. You still have to wonder whether or not those thoughts are still lingering in his head. Because if the thoughts of retirement, you got one foot out the door, somebody's going to put a foot in your back and kick you out. So anyway, for the rematch, I just hope that he has consistency, that there's not any drama related to it. I'm sure that they have to be, training in the area. More than likely, they're going to fight the next one out in Vegas because the fight's going to be a lot bigger now in Vegas than it was in the first time in New York because of the outcome of the fight. So many people are looking forward to it when, there was a lot of people pouring water on the fight before. But all in all, man, I'm just looking forward to it. Looking forward to boxing picking up. We've got the Charlo brother, Jermall Charlo's officially back in June. You got Jermell Charlo coming back. Errol Spence hopefully will announce something pretty soon. To see Gervonta Davis back in the ring that quick, I think is a really good thing. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.